run from it, it's all the same. Now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Let's get it. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. Consistently giving you the information around the world. All right, as the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or that neighbor know where to go. Come on, it's brutal, baby. Come on. It's brutal, but it's necessary, right? Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation rule? Come on. Come on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Let's get it.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to the off-season faithfuls. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Let's get it. All right, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Oh, my goodness, man. The off season is a long one, but I'm going to tell you guys that it's almost over, man. The off season is almost over, and the draft time for your mind is right around the corner. And then we can talk about tangible things versus the intangible things. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. It's been times that I want to just like literally throw in the towel myself, man. It just been. I'm sick of this stuff, man. Every day, man, every day. But it's all about also staying committed to your commitments. And when you're running a business and you're running an organization, you got to put your best foot forward, right? Law Nation Sports is a business. We are a registered business in the state of Texas. And I got to keep the pipeline going for those things that we already committed to. So it may be that other businesses may give you only 40%, 50%, but Law Nation is going to give you guys 110%. And I appreciate you guys so much for rocking and rolling with me. But there may be a day, just use this now, though. There may be a day that I won't be here, y'all. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm telling y'all that just enjoy this moment here, because there may be a day that I won't be here, you know, or will not be here giving you guys the consistency that I'm giving you guys now. But, you know, for those who ultimately support this all the way, I appreciate you guys so much. But as you guys know, us Aquariuses, man, we loyal to the soil, man. We loyal all the way down to the root of the thing. So I appreciate each and every last one of you guys so much for your support. And especially during this long, dry drought of a season, I think that other teams, they get the benefit of doing something in free agency so it can be newness to their particular team. But the last taste that we have in our mouths is the Green Bay beatdown, right? And it doesn't matter what we post. I think that I can post a kicker, and they would say, hey, man, did the kicker miss a kick in the Green Bay Packers game, right? There's no one we can post, right? Because the negativity and the toxic fans are going to say, hey, man, it's a waste. It's a waste. So there's nobody. Normally there's a bright light somewhere, but everything is dimmed. Everything is like if you post CD, man, he ain't gonna get his money and he drop it. He's a punk. He get pushed in the back. You post Parsons, man, he give up on plays. He's not an edge rusher, man. He's a linebacker. Oh man, he's not a linebacker. He's an edge rusher. And if you post Dak Prescott, oh man, Dak is whack. He's trash law. Get rid of him. He's the problem for 30 years. If you post Deuce Vaughn, oh man, my knee is taller than Deuce Vaughn. I don't know where to go. I can't go nowhere. Hey man, if you post Jerry, oh man, too much salt on the McGriddle. It's over, law. It's brutal. Riggs, yeah, where my Riggs at? Oh my gosh, man. If you post a draft pick, oh man, he's gonna suck. He's a bust. I said, wait a minute. He haven't got a chance to even be drafted yet. He suck, law. So man, I got nowhere to go, man. I got literally nowhere to go. You post law, oh man, he sucked. This Walmart version of James Harden. Oh man, he's trash, man. Nobody watching his views or videos or nothing like that. I said, man, I can't go nowhere. He's just a Dak apologist. So you post Trey Lance, and then you got people saying, oh man, look at him. He's turning on Dak, man. Trey Lance is trash too, law. He couldn't make it in 49ers land. So if you post Cooper Rush, hey, he's the truth. Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is 5-1. He's the savior. Oh my gosh, y'all painted me into a corner.
You ain't lying.
Hey man, it's just how it is. I can't go nowhere, Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a look at Rasheen Ali. Oh man, he's not Muhammad, so he definitely won't be able to run over here. He's gonna be floating like a butterfly. He ain't gonna be stinging like a bee. Hey man, get rid of him. He's trash, law. Stop hyping his team. He's trash. Rasheen is trash. I was like, give the kid a chance and an opportunity, man. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. I don't know where to go. Who else could we post, man? Jake Ferguson. Man, yeah, he's the real one, then they're gonna turn on Jake Ferguson in a few whenever he start asking for some money. He ain't worth it. But my guy Sanjay says don't sleep on Tyrus Wheat. You're right. He would give the good thing about this, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned about Tyrus Wheat. The new coaching staff, Greg Ellis, Paul Gunter, Mike Zim, and Jeff Z. There's no sponsorship for any of the guys that's previously here. So the good thing is everybody starts out at zero. They're learning these guys. They're looking at tape on these guys. And there would not be no favoritisms. So I do like that from the defensive side of the coin. Right? I remember, I'm old enough to remember Joe Philbin on the offensive side, on the offensive line. He didn't want Tyler Smith. He didn't want him to start. He didn't want him playing. He didn't want him drafted, right? So Tyler Smith came into a situation where he had to fight for a role, fight for opportunities because he was already cast out before he got a chance. So what I'm saying is, and sometimes they can work good for you, right? And then they can work against you. And I know that's on the other side of the coin, but that brings context to the matter. So hopefully when Greg Ellis look at either Parsons or Sam Williams or Tyrus Wheat or Chauncey Golston, and he sees something that others couldn't see, right? So that's just how I look at it. And Cowboy Nation, Let me pull the information. I think we got over 100 folks in here by now. Appreciate everybody, man. If you guys can do me a huge favor, hit the like, share this content, and help a brother out. HBO, brother. Fihoko. Yeah, I left his name out there. Junior Fihoko. I forgot his real first name, but we call him Junior. These guys starts off with a clean sheet of paper. D-Law is sweating right now because he's sitting there like, man, I'm the long tooth in this mix, and these young guys, they can probably adapt quicker to what this coaching staff is trying to do. And I always look at it like iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. Yes, Flip Shelton says R.I.P. to O.J. Yeah, R.I.P. to him. And we hope all is well with the O.J.'s family and those who, support O.J. in his and condolences and all of that. Appreciate them. All right, so what we want to do here is I'm going to touch a little bit on what I posted yesterday, and it was Cam Newton as well as Shannon Sharp. Remember, man, we razor blade thin as it relates to content here. I will say that I did a video earlier today on Mel Kiper's first 2 picks. Tyler Guyton, I think that, he had him pretty much mocked to the Cowboys. Mel Kiper's been wrong 1,000,000% of the time, but every now and then he hits right on with the players or what have you. But I'm going to say this with Tyler Guyton before we get on to that Shay Sharp interview. He's 6'8". I got him on my list. Hold on. Let me look at my list here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 offensive linemen ahead of him. That's Joe Alt. I got Fuaga Kid, Troy Fontana. Man, I'm messing up people's name. Fashanu, Illuminati Fashanu. I got J.C. Latham ahead of him. I got Mims ahead of him. I got Graham Barton ahead of him. But Tyler Guyton, you're looking at upside, right? You're looking at a 6'8". He's 6'8", man. God dog. Can he play tight end when you get into the red zone? All right, so he's 6'8". Who remember Dan Skipper when he was here, right? He's 6'8", 330 pounds, give or take. And, yeah, Mel is always wrong. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. He's 6'8", 330 pounds. He's athletic. He can pull. He got good hands. He don't have great knee bend. His kick slide is not of what we really want to see. But, man, when he gets out in front, he's looking to lay that weight all over you. And his other con would be the fact that he don't anchor well. But he's great against tight ends. He's great against B-gap protections. I think that when you look at all what he can bring to the table, it will be beneficial with his upside, right? And with those long limbs and arms or what have you, he's better with his hands than dare I say, to a degree, some of the guys that we have here, like a Chuma Edoga, right? One can argue Awesome is good with his hands, but he's very weak in power, right? So those are things that you will have to quantify. Do you go with a Tyler Guyton? Now my thing is you can go with a Jordan Morgan who's 6'6", 320, that can be in the latter part of the first round if you trade back a little bit, right? And then I have Kingsley, Blake Fisher, and Patrick Paul. Those are my 12 guys on my offensive line list right there. And offensive lines list is like this with me, because you got different type of schemes, you got different type of sets, far as for what Mike Solari liked to do opposed to Joe Philbin when he was here. So we're looking for grit. We know we got dog nasty mentalities out of Tyler Smith. We know we got dog nasty mentality out of a TJ Bass. We know we got a dog nasty mentality out of a Brock Hoffman, as well as my guy Zach Martin and Terrence Steele. But just because you got the dog mentality don't mean that all of that stuff will translate to the actual game. There are still the unknowns with TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman. And whoever we draft, they're still unknown. So I'm looking at it with this draft in general, although this offseason is brutal. If you want to score with your offensive linemen, you got to do that early. You can't wait to the third round or the fourth round to pick your offensive line. The same could be said even with interior defensive tackles. We are razor blade thin at defensive tackles. That's not up for debate. We don't have no big boy on this team. Outside of Carl Davis, he's the biggest guy that we have on this team. And he plays with too high of a pad level, right? And he get pushed around. Although he got good hands, terrible feet, right? So, and he's been a journeyman. Mozzie, I heard a birdie told me that he's still in the 200 range, right? He's supposed to be 350. He need weight gain, right? So those are our two biggest holes right there on this defensive side and offensive side, right? So, or with the philosophy of how we're going to draft. Now, the other thing is, if you're sitting in the draft room and you hear them talking about the fact that they're going to wait about 2 or 3 years for development, Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim don't have that time. They don't have 2 to 3 years to develop a player. Hey, man, wait on year 3. Wait on year 4. They don't have that longitude and latitude. They don't. They don't. Shout out to y'all, man. Sean, appreciate you. It's part of the Jerry Show. Posey, what's good? Let the AI speak on it.
Darren Posey, $20. More contributions to the Oxnard Fund. Law, grab a giant microphone and yell out Riggs while you're there during practice.
I may do that with the funds, too.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Oh, yeah. Riggs! Riggs! When a play happened bad, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to yell out Riggs, man. Riggs, I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Action Powwow says, Law, you checked out West Coast and Tad show yesterday? I haven't checked it out. But I definitely should check it out and hear what those boys had to say, etc. And trust and believe I know how Tad is going to talk about all of those things. Bumped into him numerous times, and hopefully, you know, they got some good content over there that they can talk about. And shout out to Tad and Dak and all of those Prescotts over there. So and I think and salute to West Coast and salute to all of the content creators around the world. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, so let's talk about this real quickly. This is the intro to what they was talking about. And let me know if the audio is straight.
The Cowboys are in a very precarious situation because they find themselves in a very similar situation to where they were 4 years ago. Dak Prescott going into the final year of his contract. Yeah. That time they franchised him, made the play on a franchise tag, thought about franchising again to give him a long-term deal. So here we are again. What is it that Dak needs to do? What is it that Dak hasn't done to convince the Cowboys? Because clearly they're not convinced. Because Jerry said it after. We're only going to go as far as Dak carry us, and this was as far as he could carry us.
All right, so let me pause it right here. So I do like that statement. We going as far as Dak Prescott can carry us. So we all are under the impressions that with Dak Prescott, he can at least get the team to the playoffs. We all agree. We all touch and agree we can get to the playoffs with Dak Prescott, right? Now, can we win playoff games? That's another side of the conversation, right? The other side of the conversation with Dak by himself. And for the life of me, I've been getting so much hate mail from both sides, right? Patrice, appreciate you so much. Law! Riggs! Shout out to you, Patrice. Thank you so much for your support for the $4.99 for your mind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you for your support, your love, and adulations for the nation. Yes, indeed. They're going to the Oxnard Fund. So many people will get mad at the truth. The truth is right here. When we get to the playoffs, I can't just say 4 got to do it all, because we've seen with the historical data for 8 seasons now, 7 if you want to be technical, right, that by himself he will not get it done. He would not get it done. That's not hating Dak Prescott. That's not me fanboying the other teams because people perceive that other quarterbacks can get it done by themselves. Because in these 7 playoff games, or in the 7 years, dare I say, that's a better way to say it, who else showed up? Who else showed up to the party? So you mean to tell me out of 53 people, you expecting only 1 to show up? Only 1 to do the job all by himself? What I'm saying is, man, it will be great to have someone else, at least if we split it in half, if someone else on the offense can give us a little push. Now, granted, this is the final year. As one can argue, shout out to my guy Jay Tuck, and shout out to the people who made the little captions of the last dance minus the Super Bowls or minus the championships. If this is last season, all I'm saying is, regardless of who the quarterback is now or in the future, they going to need run game. Oh, yeah, they going to need defense that can stop the run. Those are 2 things that you ultimately need. Now, if you don't have those 2, maybe you can win a playoff game. And maybe you will have a feel-good story about the fact that you won a playoff game. But it's not enough for you to win multiple playoff games and ultimately lift up that Lombardi trophy. There's not in the history, it's in the history of the last 6 or maybe 10 Super Bowls that you can say, yeah, that team won it just because of the quarterback. They didn't have no run game and they didn't have the ability to stop the run. You can't find me that team. And if you do your homework and go a little bit further down the line, you will also see, and probably in the last 30 years, or more, you can't even say the last 30 years. It's hitting me now like what team won the Super Bowl without run game? Without the ability to stop the run? You're going to have those 2. Sanjay says, get a nose tackle, Sweat from Texas Longhorns in the 2nd round. Ooh. I did some draft where my guy from Mississippi State, Crumity, went in the 6th and the 7th. But you think that he's going to be available in the 5th round as an option? That is something to think about. That is something to think about, Sanjay. Both of those boys are big. I think that Sweat, due to his DWI, I think that teams are going to look at that and say, they did some hopes out there. I think I saw one of our guys on Twitter said that he's a party animal and he's a class clown. So that's going to even more tarnish his reputation. But I would say this by Sweat or Meatloaf or however you want to call the kid, Trevondre. He is a piece that the Cowboys would ultimately need. Yeah, but the blowback will be always crazy. Pause if necessary. But yeah, the Cowboys and Rams won the Super Bowl with no run game. What year was that when the Rams had no run game? Well, what year was that? I need to know. Because I'm quite sure if you're talking about, when Kurt Warner was there, they definitely had a run game there. New England had the 3-headed approach. They went with James White. They went with LeGarrette Blount. They had the 3-headed approach. So I want you guys to look at that. Even look at the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. They finished 3rd in rushing that year. They had the 3-headed approach there with the 3 running backs that was able to hit you with this and hit you with one game. I think that sometimes people looking for individual names, but look at what they were able to do on the ground. Just like even the Steelers when they were able to win their 2 Super Bowls with Ben Roethlisberger. The craziest thing was they had Jerome Bettis, who was long in the tooth, and Fast Willie Parker. Oh, yeah, that combination was lethal, baby. Lethal, But it made Big Ben Roethlisberger look good. The craziest thing of it all, if people go back and look at Ben's Roethlisberger since those guys left, that's when he was putting up all type of elite numbers. After Bettis and Fast Willie Parker left, but they didn't win no multiple playoff games or no Super Bowls because they shied away from the run game, and Le'Veon Bell was only good to a degree after he started asking for his money, etc. So it's been crazy, and I think that was the situation. Tampa Bay had all-star with a weak quarterback to grip the ring, yeah. And they had another running back, too. It was just not him. But yeah, they had a dual threat over there. But what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm not sitting here saying that the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl ultimately if we just go ahead and get run game. But what I'm saying is collectively, you still need run game to be able to advance in the playoffs. That's just what I'm saying. Yeah, Warwick Dunn and those boys. Yeah. Let's listen to the rest of this right quick. Let's go.
What are you seeing from Dak? What's going on with Dak? What's going on with the Cowboys offense that in big games, he doesn't play his best?
This message is to Dak Prescott. We looking for that motherfucking dog. And I don't think Jerry Jones will allow him to become that. Because you got to be politically correct. You got to be almost the president of football, almost, to be the signal caller for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
All right, so that statement right there, ladies and gentlemen, on all platforms that I posted my clip, people said, hey, Law, so you trying to tell us that Jerry Jones is holding Dak back? Jerry Jones is the one who basically throwing those pick sixes and things like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. And on top of that, that's not what Cam is saying, basically. If you listen to what he's saying, basically, he's saying the structure of how this team operates. We've seen moments in times whereas we would have a boisterous person. We would have that person who would go out on a limb, and then all of a sudden, what happened to that? They didn't like that stuff. They want a certain kind of caliber, even with the degree, whereas they went back and forth with themselves, even with Amari Cooper. But that's neither here nor there. When you think of the way this team is shaped and crafted, it is crafted whereas these guys, clearly, they don't want someone else being outspoken and boisterous like a player that brings in all of the attention. And I think that Dez Bryant said it on one of his tweets, and I don't have it retweeted. I don't have it digged up, but you guys can find his tweet. And he said that what the Cowboys ultimately don't want is for that individual player to become bigger than the brand or bigger than the Joneses. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I get it. They want a certain look. They want a certain way that these guys are handled in a certain way. Even I think this is not just to the Joneses. This is around the league on how these owners see the players. I think it was Cam Newton himself. It was Cam Newton. That they didn't like his tattoos. Cover that up, man. Hey, we're going to put in the contract. We don't want you to have these tattoos everywhere. Let me know if I'm wrong. So it's a certain way that they like a certain thing, right? And that's just how it is. It's going to be a long time before Lamar Jackson get multiple commercials and be the face of the league. And it's because of how, and say it to a degree, I'm not using this as a white versus black, but this is just how it goes. And these are facts that people don't want to hear. It could be the way he presents himself. It could be the dialect. It could be the way he talk. It could be the fact that he got his family members showcasing him, right? and being the person that represent him. It could be so many layers to this, right? Eagles won with a second-string quarterback. This is from Sean. Yeah, I think that Eagles that year, boy, they were phenomenal with their approach with their defense, and it hooked and it synced a lot of things by element of surprise. The Eagles that year in 2017 when they won the Super Bowl, they went and got a lot of veteran guys that everything was just like blended and joint together. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Gil says Eagles won with a lot of luck. I say luck is when preparation meets the opportunity, right? They was prepared, and I hate to say that. I hate to give the Eagles their flowers, but at the same time, I think in that Super Bowl they had some things to fall for them. They had Brandon Cooks to get knocked out of that game, by the way, due to a concussion that took away a weapon for the great Tom Brady. And then on top of that, on the defensive side, I think that Bill Belichick was so stubborn that he benched one of his starters, in the Super Bowl. Like, damn, Bill Belichick, what you doing? You working for Prize Picks, more or less. Let me know. And use promo code LAW, LAW. And Nick Foles came in there shooting the Cadillac seat. They had a great running game. Like I said, they was third in rushing that year, and they had a system and philosophy already stapled there in that particular organization. So they had some things that benefited from them, and they was able to win that Super Bowl. So that's just how that goes. But, hey, Eagles fans, hey, it's been tense since 2017. That time is really creeping up on you, All right, Law, the Rams beat the Titans, no run game. Yeah, can they stop the run? Could the Rams stop the run? Remember, run game and stop the run. Could the Rams stop the run? Yes or no? Yeah. Let me know. And then they went and made some moves. I remember, I'm old enough to remember the Rams, the moment their running back went down, did they sit and say, let's go bring up a guy from the practice squad and let him be the end-all, be-all? Or I think they went and made a move to go make sure that they get somebody that can run that can tote that ball. Yeah. So comparing, put it like this. If anybody wants to compare the Rams 2021 when they won the Super Bowl, are you talking about 2021 when they won that Super Bowl? If anybody wanted to compare 2021 Rams defense to last year Cowboys defense, I'm gonna sit back. Yeah. Nope, Eddie. You talking about way back? You talking about almost 25 years ago, bro? You talking about the LA Rams? That's a mute point, man. They had Marshall Faulk, bro. They had Marshall Faulk, Isaac Hayes, Isaac Bruce. Man, they had weapons over there. This is the good thing. I love it. Here's what I got to say even with that. What year did Kurt Warner look elite without Isaac Bruce, without the other guys or wide receiver? Because he looked elite as hell when he had both of those wide receivers over there, Eddie Kennison and all of those boys, whoever he was throwing to at the Rams. He looked very elite. On top of that, Ike Hayes, yeah. In Arizona, when he went to Arizona, this dude literally had Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden, right? But when Anquan left and Larry left, Larry stayed there forever. But when those boys wasn't there, he went back to being pedestrian. So even with that, and I think he had edge at that point too. I think Adrian James came there as well. But without those pieces, he went and got beat out by Eli Manning. Who remember Kurt Warner and Giants? Torrey Holder's the other guy. Without those weapons, even the great Kurt Warner looked pedestrian. Looked so bad that Mark Bozier took his job, right? He looked so bad in Giants land that Eli took his job. He was castrated and kicked off the island. He said, get out of here, Hall of Famer. But when he went to the Arizona Cardinals, he had Larry Fitz and Anquan Bolden. But without those boys, he looked very pedestrian. You know, Akeem. Yeah. He didn't look that good without those boys. He didn't look that good without weapons. All right, put it like this. What year did Kurt Warner look good without weapons? I'll wait. I'm sitting here. Y'all put those years down. Yeah. I'm sitting here waiting. Since people don't need weapons. What year? I'm talking about a for sure good quarterback right there. Yeah. What year did he look good without those boys? Shoot. Yeah. I'm waiting. Kurt Warner was bad, though. I like Kurt Warner, one of the most precise passers in the league, right? Ed Albertson. hey, throw the loaf of bread. Man, this boy got an arm. Hey, man, that boy threw that bread across the aisle there, man. Hey, throw the carton of milk. Yeah. Oh, that Kurt Warner was slanging. Oh, my goodness. But I don't think, put it like this, I don't think Kurt Warner would look like Kurt Warner throwing it to Noah Brown. Oops. And Michael Gallup. I don't think he probably still give you some good games. He'll probably get you to the playoffs. Now, Kurt Warner in 2021, I'm gonna say this. He probably would have beat the this. I ain't that disrespectful. Kurt Warner, if you pick up Kurt Warner and you give him Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, I think I'm talking about veteran Kurt Warner, not the young guy. I think he would have beat the 49ers. He would have figured out a way to beat the 49ers. I give him 2021. He would have beat the 49ers. He would have fought Kellen Moore, though, because he be beating up Kellen Moore. He would have told Kellen Moore, hey, this play ain't going to work. We can't run 4 curls, dog. Hey, Mike Martz, can you come and coach this team? Because he would have figured out a way to win that game. Yeah. That's the objective right there. He would have beat the 49ers. A youthful Kurt Warner in 2021 would have beat the 49ers. It would have been a blowout probably. Oh, my goodness, it would have been a blowout. But Kellen Moore couldn't have called the play. He would have to call his own plays. Kurt Warner would have had to call his own plays. Yeah. Kurt Warner would have had Tony Pollard would have had more than 4 carries in that game. Zeke would have been in the backfield a little bit more blocking. Amari Cooper would have put up some crazy numbers on some slants and stuff like that on his pre-reads or what have you. Yeah. Who else was in there? Schultz would have showed out a little bit. Yeah. 2021, he would have beat the 49ers for sure. I don't know what he would have did like the second week and beyond, but yeah. I agree with Kurt was the accurate, been to 2 Super Bowls. Yeah. And to me, the only reason why I can't stand Kurt Warner is that second Super Bowl. I can't stand the Steelers. And when he threw that pick, he threw a pick 6 right in the end zone. Who remember that? Shoot, a dude is still running. Who was the guy that he threw the pick 6? Threw it right to him. He threw it right to him right there in the end zone. Who was that guy he threw that interception to? I'm sitting there like, come on, Arizona. You're right there. It was Harrison. Oh, my gosh, man. And my uncle, man, he's a diehard Steelers fan. And at that time, we were still like, hey, F them Steelers, man. They would never have more rings than us again. And when he threw that to James Harrison, oh, my God. And he stiffed over another dude and got to running. I was like, Lord. And my uncle, man, he had this big old bottle of Hennessy, and he was just tilting it back. Yeah, run! And I was sitting there like, come on, Kurt Warner. No, Kurt Warner, how you going to lay an egg right there, And I never liked Kurt Warner ever since then. He hurt my heart, man, in that game. But let's listen to more what he had to say.
What Dallas Cowboys need at that quarterback position is somebody to say, nah, fuck that. This my shit. This is what we gonna do. I hear all that. But we're trying to win. We're trying to win, yes or no? Okay, cool. Now unleash me and let me win this football game. That type of aura, I don't think Dak can be that.
No. Because Jerry wants to win his way.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. St. Louis twice and Arizona once. So he been to 3 Super Bowls. He's the first quarterback before Peyton Manning do it, I believe, went to a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. Right? Is that the case? Yeah. I think he lost to the Patriots in one of the Super Bowls, right? Yeah, that's what happened. He lost to the Patriots, the damn kicker, something like that. The kicker for the Patriots hit it in there. Yeah, that's what it was. Dak Delusional says, fans with more excuses says you can't stop a dog from being a dog. There have been cases you can stop a dog. You can MK Ultra a dog. You can literally stop that dog from being a dog. But from those 2 perspectives, to know where Cam Newton is coming from, because he's definitely not a Dak apologist. He's been hard on pause. He's been hard on Dak, right? Especially Shay, right? He's been extremely hard on the quarterback. So I would give him longitudes and latitudes of what he's saying with this, right? I think that this would be a different situation if this is the first time we was hearing these type of conversations about the Jones family. But by it being multiple ex-players who played in the NFL. Look, old folks say this from Mississippi, not everyone lying, right? So at some point, these guys are telling truths about the Joneses. Now, here's the thing. They ain't going nowhere. These guys are the only way that you're going to get rid of the Jones family unless you got tape of them at the Diddy party, right? If you can get something of them saying some crazy things via voicemail or privately recorded, like the LA Clippers guy who owned that team, right? So these boys you're going to have to wait it off and die it off, or they have their already mindset built in on how they handle this team. There's no other owners that would allow this Michael Parsons thing to be beat up so bad the way it's going. No other owners in the National Football League will allow this CeeDee Lamb contract thing to go fester and go as long as it's going right now. And the quarterback, all 3 of them. You can't come up to an agreement with all 3 of them. There's no other owner. So at the same time, on the flip side, there's no other owner that will have the exposure of the privilege of allowing these fans like us to go to Oxnard to document everything, right? So it's the cons and pros of it. It's the sunshine and rain, that comes with it. Right? We get a maximum of 2 to 3 interviews a week. Some of y'all don't even know what the other owners look like or sound on the mic. Jerry Jones do 2 episodes or 2 videos a week. Stephen Jones competing with Jerry, and he do 2 episodes or 2 videos a week. And if on game day, it's 3 because they do a post game and pregame talk. Yeah, that oil money goes a long way. So I get it, man. When people say, hey, man, the Joneses, they cash broke, man, that's what rich folks always, or wealthy folks always going to say, hey, they going to appear as if they are broke. Jerry Jones still got money since '89. He still got money. He is allowing Arlington to pay for that stadium. Y'all think he broke? Shoot. He ain't gonna wear no chain. He ain't wearing no Versace or none of that stuff. He still got the same suit jacket that he had in 89, in 90 and 91. Look at it. It's not even tailored. Yeah. We just our biggest hope, we gonna have to outlive the Joneses, man. We gotta outlive them, man. And it look like they got the reptilian blood. They ain't going nowhere soon, right? You know, he putting salt on his McGriddle, you know, just pouring salt and pouring salt. Yeah, you know, F blood pressure, you know. That's just how it goes, man. Oops, yeah. Don't come get me, man. Don't y'all. There's somebody watching this video, them put salt on their McGriddle one time, and they still got high blood pressure for 3 weeks ago. You know, hey man, I put some salt on my McGriddle 3 weeks ago. I'm still wrestling with this high blood pressure. He do it every day. Let's go.
So those are going to be very combative forces that I don't know if they can get to that next level.
I know a guy that played quarterback that didn't win nearly as much. Dak probably has won more playoff games than him, and he never had to worry about a contract. The guy that Dak came after. What's I'm saying? I mean, am I missing?
For the people, we keeping it a buck now. Who are you talking about? So the people will know.
All I know is Tony Romo was made the highest paid quarterback in football with no Super Bowls. No NFC Championship games, no first team All-Pro, no second team All-Pros. He ain't never had to worry about a contract.
And when he's done playing, he gets a deal.
So how y'all want me to take this one? You know, is the brutal offseason is brutal. How y'all want me to take this one? They're the known knowns and known unknowns, and that's just what it is.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
We don't know. Romo was a sigh of release, of a refreshing thing, of us going through the first waves of Ryan Leaves, Drew Henson's, the who else we had? Anthony Wright, Quincy Carter's. Y'all, I can keep going on and on and on. And when Romo entered the scene, it brought in everything but hope. Oh my goodness, Romo literally turned the Dallas Cowboys entirety organization. How y'all feeling now, Chad Hutchinson? You know, oh my goodness, how y'all feeling now after the 5-11 seasons? Then you get Bill Parcells, you got Vinny Testaverde. Hell, he was old, man. He was Methuselah in him their age, man. Vinny Testaverde is older than Roger Staubach. Yeah. Right. Vinny Testaverde was old. He was here, you know. And we had all of those things, and then here comes a guy that was undrafted. I think that people saw that Clint Stoner was the next guy, right? And then all of a sudden you see Romo. So the love and adulations was different. It was different. He brought in the new stadium. So the Jones is looking at it like this too. There's two sides to every argument. They could have learned. Who's to say they didn't learn from their mistakes of paying Tony Romo too quickly, right? Objectively speaking, by the way. Now, Romo was more in tune with the Jones family. He didn't push back as it relates to going on the trips, as it relates to they saying, hey, you ought to holler at this girl, right? Or you should holler at this person. He was already inside. Yeah, not Ryan Lee. Yeah. So those horrid years of 8-8, and especially with Jason Garrett as his head coach, and especially as the guy you ran off Wade Phillips. And we had one of the Ryan brothers being the defensive coach here. And we had the old man being the defensive coach here. I forgot his name. You know, we had a horrid time with Tony Romo here. These are not excuses, too, by the way. I still say, and I'm still firm to what I believe. If you pick up and put better coaching, man, we would have went deeper in the playoffs. One can argue that, hell, we probably would have went to the Super Bowl. Not saying we would have won it, but we probably would have went to the Super Bowl. We literally had, how you doing, guys, as our head coach. He can't find a job right now. You know, there's somebody watching this video, and they will hire you before they hire Jason Garrett as a coach. I'm for real. We had this dude as our head coach. Think of it. How you doing, guys? And we still had the same levels of expectations. To me personally, I would have been cool if the Jones family came out up front and said, Jason Garrett is our head coach. Wade Phillips, you will be our defensive coordinator. Think about it. The moment we got rid of the defensive coordinator, right? Well, we got rid of Wade Phillips, I meant to say. We've been searching and chasing for this defense to be back at the top 10 ranks. We had historically bad stretches of defenses. It didn't get better until we got Rob Marinelli. And him and Vinny Testaverde the same age. They older than Roger Staubach. Yeah. Testaverde was playing football since the NFL and the AFL merger. Walker Wade 44. So my thing is, I get it. What people going to say, well, Romo didn't have to fight for his contract. Who did you want? Who did you want outside of Romo? I'm waiting. Who did you want? What quarterback did you sit back and say, who did you want it? Drew Brees? It's the same conversation, basically. Drew Brees already accounted for. Matt Ryan already accounted for. Matthew Stafford already accounted for. Even Cam Newton already accounted for. Who do you want? I know y'all didn't want us to go get Jay Cutler. Who did y'all want it? You know, like at the end of the day, if you did pay Romo, who do you want at that time as to be your quarterback? Kyle Orton? Brandon Whedon? There was literally people saying, man, Matt Castle, man, when he get in here, hey, man, he's going to turn the franchise over and we're going to be winning. You know, there were people banging on the table saying that, hey, Kellen Moore, he can be better than Romo. It's the same thing over and over again. Outside of Romo, who did y'all want? Who did y'all want to pay? Yeah, Roy Williams, shout out to you, says, Law, we weren't stopping the run under Marinelli, and that hasn't been done since Wade Phillips. Yeah, I mean, by far and far, our two best defenses been under Mike Zim and Wade Phillips. Rob Marinelli was that sucrose stuff. He was still sugary. We had placebos as it relates to, what they call them, hot boys and all of that stuff. We literally was the inverse. We wasn't two-gapped, and we was just straight at the quarterback. We were a very undisciplined team on stopping the run, right? And I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's just what it was. We had people, orphans and stuff like that, George Selvey. They had one dude that they named him a golden cock, you know. So, and I forgot his name, charged to my head, not my heart. But we was thin inside. It was just the inverse. Well, it's still the same problem. We still didn't believe in defensive tackle. We had instead of linebackers being 205 and what have you, we had damn defensive tackles 195 and really 270 and stuff like that. We didn't really believe in big boys down inside. You know, Walker Wade says in 06, We could have got Kurt Warner in 06. Yeah. Oh, 06. But Romo was just coming. Romo wasn't tainted then. Romo was still like, hey, look at this dude. He can make every throw. Joey Ivy. Yeah, Rev says Golden who? Yeah, Golden Cock. Who were the quarterbacks better than Tony Romo during the time frame that he was playing? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Who else y'all putting above? Drew Brees. I always say, and I get hit up with this all the time. If you put Tony Romo on the New Orleans Saints and you put Drew Brees here, it would have been the inverse of the story. People are like, look at that Tony Romo over the Saints, boy. He's killing it, boy. Oh, my goodness, he's killing it. All right, Aaron Rodgers, he came along. He was split in between. You can argue that. But it was at one point that Tony was way better than Aaron. You know, Big Ben. I'm still Tony Romo on the Steelers with good coaching. Don't you think he would at least made it to the Super Bowl? Mike Vick. Yeah, I give you Mike Vick. The Atlanta Mike Vick, not the doggone Eagles Mike Vick. Yeah. Pre-dog fights. Pre-dog Vic, right. Oh, man, come on, man. Come on. Not Eli, man. Come on, man.
This is where we hold.
I got Romo over Phillip Rivers, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. And come on, Mark Sanchez. Y'all can't hate Romo that bad, man. Oh, Andrew Luck was pretty good, but I still had Romo up there, baby. Y'all got to add in, we had Jason Garrett, man. Ain't no way Big Ben Roethlisberger would have been Big Ben with Jason Garrett. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I would give you, to a degree, Aaron Rodgers over Romo. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Brett Favre. Here's what Brett Favre did. He pulled a Tom Brady, but he didn't close the deal. He didn't close the deal. When he went to, people fail to realize that Minnesota team was loaded. He looked good. Oh my gosh, he looked good with that Minnesota team. You know, the crazy thing is, boy, going back. Nah, come on now, Vince Young. Come on, man. Romo let us down so many times. Come on, man. You look, y'all pointed at the wrong thing, man. It's Jason Garrett, man. All right, what was Jason Garrett's what was Jason Garrett's strategy? Who absolutely was like this and was like this after Jason Garrett? Who contributes to Jason Garrett, man? I as a player, oh my goodness. Jason Garrett taught me X, Y, and Z things, and I'll forever be indebted to Jason Garrett. Come on, who? Tashard Choice? Who else gonna give Jason Garrett some love? Man, come on, man. I don't think Tashard Choice is saying that. What was his strategy? What are the players who left Jason Garrett and gave him an unbelievable, hey, if it wasn't for Jason Garrett, I wouldn't be able to be here. And the only person you can say is Dak. Jesus. Oh my gosh, man! Let me finish this up, man. But that's what I'm saying, man. and no hate at Jason Garrett. Real nice guy. But those were wasted years. 13 seasons
that nobody else gets. So what are we really talking about? So you
hold. Let me pause. Wade Walker said if Kurt Warner was on that 2017, we in the Super Bowl. I agree. If we had a time machine and picked up 2014 Romo and put him on that 07 team, I guarantee you we probably would have won the Super Bowl that year. Yeah. And I'm crazy enough to think, and I love this time machine. There's on Earth 12, they got time machine. They go back and they change some history. On Earth 12, I heard that they kept. This is what happened on Earth 12. Bill Parcells come back to coach for 2007, and the Cowboys lift up that Lombardi Trophy. Earth 12. Just by coaching along. You don't have to get a whole Kurt Warner. If Bill Parcells would have stayed for 2007, it would have been no carbo trips. It would have been no camp cupcake. I think that those boys, because they were satisfied with the fact that it was no more of that hard, strenuous type of practices that was going on, and they lifted up the camp cupcake thing for Wade Phillips. Here's my troops. I think that Wade Phillips is a hell of a coach. You can hear players who played the game who said, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for Wade Phillips. And it was from the aspect of him coaching defense. You know, people fail to realize when Wade Phillips left us, he went to 2 or 3 more Super Bowls as DC. I think he took that Denver's team to the Super Bowl. I think he took the Rams team to the Super Bowl. It's DC. And some other team, I believe. I could be off on that. But as a head coach, just some people just ain't built for those things, right? But so yeah, I agree. If Kurt Warner was here and healthy in 07, I don't think that he would have went to Cabo, right? I think that even with that Patrick Creighton drop, people fail to realize that happened in the third quarter. You got a whole 15 minutes to play, in the fourth quarter to get back into it. It's not like the Giants blew us out. We had plenty of time left to win that game. But one of the things that we couldn't stop is that damn run again, that damn Jacobs. He was just running. To this day, every time I saw Jacobs, I got I kind of feel weird, He was just rumbling and bumbling all over us. And I said, we need that type of an approach to this game. All right, let me go back. Boys, y'all got some good super chats today, baby. Appreciate y'all.
You want Cam Newton to shut up and sit back when I'm telling y'all that there's different rules for different people.
Yes.
When I can sit up here and say, hold on, easy, there's a slant coming. Hey, watch the pressure. Hey, watch this and watch that. As an athletic quarterback, you don't get enough credit. You think Lamar Jackson has been as successful as he is by him not understanding the football game and how people are going to try to play him? Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, these athletic quarterbacks. Come on now.
You said okay, Romo got what he got when he played, and then he goes out and he becomes color of CBS, gets this long-term deal.
The prime time game. He ain't.
Oh, yeah, he's number one.
I take another guy who I have a whole bunch of respect for and call me biased. Greg Olsen.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen didn't get that deal. So it can't be no black and white thing. It's just like, how? Why? How did he get that?
Right. You want to call games?
Man, I want the money. I'll figure everything else out. Shit, I asked you a question about what made you get into Le Portier?
Yeah. He said he want the money. But it's deeper than the money, man. You got to be able to be exciting, and you can't have, certain, you got to fit in to what they're looking for as well. They don't want nobody, man, with a Medea hat on, up there. It's so many things that Cam Newton is leaving out, Like, he come up there with all of that stuff and them costumes that he be wearing. CBS going to look at him like, hey, man, or whoever, Fox and all of them, they going to be like, man, you got the Medea fit on, man. We can't have you representing us, man. Come on, get out of here, scram. Justin Fields for a fourth. Would have been nice. Shaking my head. This is from Swayze. I like Justin Fields, but don't sleep on Trey Lance to a degree that he probably under Mike McCarthy won't develop into a better thrower of the ball than Justin Fields. And one can argue he's already is. So we will see, man. Let's not sleep on these quarterbacks for the 2024. Let's not sleep on improvement even more with Dak Prescott, and let's not sleep on improvement even more with not Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is going to be in a good situation there in Steelers land. And let's not sleep on the fact that what Trey Lance will do, and to a degree, Cooper Rush, we already know that he's getting paid close to $3 million here. So the Cowboys are going to have to make a stance on, do they roll with 3 quarterbacks or do they keep 2? So that's going to be a crazy thing. Yes, and speaking of Lance, he's been putting in some off-season work also, and he's ready for it. So iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. I'm going to stand to this right here. I truly believe that the Dallas Cowboys are going to wait to see what Trey Lance looked like in Oxnard and mini camps, training camps, and how he's slinging the ball around. And then they're going to see what the wide receivers are saying under their breath, saying, hey, man, he put a little mustard on it, right? They're going to see all of that, and they're going to see and judge based off of the people. Like in the stands when they cheer or when they yell and complain. And I'm not saying that Trey Lance can walk on water. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Trey is better than Dak. But they're going to wait and see. They're not hasting to pay Dak Prescott. On top of that, they're not hasting to get anything done with CD. They are literally saying, we'll see how this draft board is going to fall. We will see how this defense stuff going to look for us. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Y'all know y'all can see some things that's going on and how they move. We can sometimes see things down the line a mile away with how the Joneses move, right? We know when they are really pissed off. We know that when they are cool and calm and collect. So that's just how that goes. So I know some people saying, hey, I'm rooting for Trey. I see you, Verdi. At the end of the day, we rooting for the win. We rooting for a competition. Iron sharpen iron, right? And this is not to put one over the other, right? Right? So we want to see both of those boys. And especially shout out to my guy, JL Studios. He got that going right here. Come on. Let's listen. We'll watch that.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Hey, man, they killing the comments off of that video. Man, y'all ain't letting Dak live, boy. I posted that on Instagram, and shout out to JL Studios. There's so many people saying, yeah, here we go, another Ayete, another first one and done. So, I mean, the temperature is always toxic and is always hot as it relates to the quarterback that plays for the NFL. And I'm going to say this. Everybody gets 1 year of being the darling. Even when you quarterback for the Cowboys, you get 1 year. You get 1 year. My guy Romo had it in 2006, 1 year. Prescott, 2016, 1 year. You know, you got 1 year, and then Lance, whenever he get his full ride, he get 1 year. Now, Cooper Rush, to a degree, people are still happy and pleased about Cooper Rush for right now. He ain't going to get 1 year. I'm just saying. He don't think he gonna get 1 year. But if he was, he could get 1 year. Andy Dalton, he was great. Ooh! I wish I could just go back and show y'all all of the people that was commenting when we got Andy Dalton. Oh, man, you see, he's smart. He know how to read defense. Oh, man, he just never had weapons like we had here. Oh, man, he's very smart, man. He's better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And then all of those people who wrote those paragraph-long sentences, you can't find them no more. They didn't change their username and tag and everything. But when Andy Dalton played them games, they were like, damn, Andy Dalton trash, man. God dang, you know. I remember Ben DiNucci. People were saying when he was drafted, he came here, paragraphs long. Oh, man, see, yeah. Ben DiNucci, man, he's better than Dak. Everybody better than Dak until they get a chance to play at that. You know, that's just how it goes, man. Yeah. Jeez, y'all got me choking over here. But that's just how it is, man. Shoot, they love go to my videos, type in my video, type in Andy Dalton, and just go in and put Law Nation. Go to YouTube, type in Law Nation, Andy Dalton, and then go all the way down and read the comments and just have your popcorn. Go look at my video, Benjamin Anthony DiNucci. Type in Law Nation, you'll read the comments. Everybody, oh yeah. DiNucci, he may be a Aaron Rodgers / Tony Romo. Just watch. Just watch. Just read them. Just read them and see what y'all say. And then somebody right now heard him going into deleting them. Yes, indeed. And to a degree, anything I post about Trey Lance, I'm waiting on some film on Trey. And y'all gonna be saying the same thing about Trey. Oh, yeah. It's all good, though, man. It's all.
Who make the rules? Right. Do it left. Do it right. Do it left. Do it right. Do it.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers only got one ring, and he's been in the league for 15 years. Make that make sense, man. Hey. Aaron Rodgers he throw the hull off of that doggone football. Yeah. But let's go to this right here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and rocking with the nation. Shout out to everybody that's been part of these episodes. We'll open up the phone lines, but before we go there, salute to Prize Picks. They've been in the mix. Let's see here. We going to sharing is caring, and I'm going to share this process with you guys so much. I'm going with Brady, not Tom, Grayson, and JP on more, and less here. And you can do the same on your Prize Pick entry by downloading Prize Pick using promo code LAW. 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be applied to you on your first go around. So do that for your boy and check out Prize Picks. Yes, indeed. And as we open up the phone lines for your mind, let's get it.
I ran up a check, I might do it again.
Enemies close.
10 toes down.
Let's get it.
Free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands.
Yeah.
Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins.
Come on.
I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins.
Let's get it.
I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do
There
it
is
again.
one other participant in the conference.
Yo, baby. Let me know the audio straight. Come on.
I'm just doing me, everything is on
2,
me. Oh, you matter what?
3.
Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what?
All right.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Going back
657 390 7391. Put some salt on your McGriddle. From D206. You're live. MJ time. What's good with you?
What up, Law? What's the word, brother?
Mockingbird, man. A Thunderbird. That's what we're heard. What's good, man? What's good? What you got, man? What you got for the day, man? This open topics, man. Whatever you want to speak on.
Man, I guess, excuse me. My voice talking too much last night.
Man, what you? Okay, yeah. You were working hard.
Yeah, but now I'm just ready to get this stupid season going, and hopefully we draft the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you need some tussing, man. You know.
Get some water.
Get some water, man. Get some water, man. I'm gonna let somebody in. I'm gonna circle back to you, bro. Get some water, man. Yeah. Give him water. For the 254, you're live on the nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks.
Hey, y'all, nation.
What's up, my dog John in the house, man? What's good with you, man?
Nothing much. I was watching you. I was watching you last night. I be watching that other guy put.
Yeah, Cowboys beat, yeah.
Put a lot of Cowboy content out too, and I I listen to him on TikTok.
Oh, you on TikTok now? Okay, yeah, that's what's it. Yeah, that's what's it right there, my dog, John. Yeah, I'm on that too. I'm on TikTok too.
I got TikTok. I got Instagram.
On IG?
Yeah. And I want to send you something which would
Take your time, John. Take your time, bro. I got you, man. You don't have to rush it. Take your time.
What's the better platform you get messages or send stuff? You get it. You get it faster.
I can't make out the last thing you said, John. You got some beeping going in the background there. So say it one more time, man, for the nation.
I said, which one of the platforms you get messages and stuff faster.
Man, I can't make out what you said today, John. I'm trying, man. I'm fighting, man. I'm trying to hear what you saying. Can y'all help me out in the chat? Say it one more time, John.
Faster. It's too noisy.
Yeah. They caught you at a bad. You got me at a bad time where you at. But hey, John, hold tight, man. I'm gonna circle back to you, bro. And I appreciate you so much. But before you go, man, let me hear you say it though.
How about the Dallas Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl?
Yes, indeed, man. That's my guy right there. If we could decipher, man, what my guy John is saying, man, he's a legend. You know, he's a Hall of Famer to me. And we just trying to make sure, because he had a lot of beeping. I was trying, because I love listening to John, man, talk about the Cowboys. And if y'all know John's story, you would love to listen as well. I got Jay Businessman from the 717. You're live on the nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Lord? What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no doubt. I just wanted to get on and talk about, I keep seeing all this back hate in the chat. And what I was saying was, I heard you just read my thing earlier about, Aaron Rodgers been in the league for 15 years, and he only got one ring. And everybody praises Aaron Rodgers like he got 5 or 6 rings.
I got you right here. All right. How do you win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? How would you win? If you was a GM, what would you do with an Aaron Rodgers to win you the Super Bowl or win you multiple playoff games? Go.
You got to put the right pieces around Aaron Rodgers. First of all, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have good legs, so he's not able to run around much. So in the beginning, you're gonna need a good line to keep him upright.
Okay, offensive line.
You're gonna need some good receivers.
Okay.
And you also gonna need some good running backs.
You get running back now. He did had Aaron Jones, who he was good with Aaron Rodgers.
That boy was fired.
Yeah. I think that here's what happened with Aaron Rodgers when they got beat down by the 49ers. Weather played a role in it. But craziest thing, that was his house. You know what I'm saying? The last time they played the 49ers, right? And 49ers was a West Coast team, right? But the reason why they lost, one can argue special teams, right? the other can argue that beyond the Devontae Adams, people just roll coverage his way, right? And force Aaron Rodgers to be basically throwing it to other guys. I think that if the Green Bay Packers would have at least identified that they needed another tier one, like a 2-tier, 3-tier, another wide receiver, they probably could have put more pressure on 49ers. But by being, because their defense that year, their defense finished out 5th or 6th that season. They had a really good stout defense. They was able to get to the quarterback. They was able to stop the run to a degree. It wasn't like it was a blowout. But I think that teams realized that he didn't have a tight end. All they had was Devontae Adams. They rolled coverage that way, and they figured out a way to stop the run. You slap Aaron Jones early, it's over with. Even the great Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat that 49ers defense because they dropped, they played quarters all day. And they said, okay, we would dare you to run the ball, and if only way you can throw it on us is over the top.
That sounds like Dak Prescott.
Oh, it do. It do. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I've been trying to bring it to reality.
Yeah.
On this Dak campaign, like I said, Dak, at the end of the day, stop giving Dak this half-ass team to play with and expecting him to win. Every time you'll give Dak, most of the time you'll give Dak a worse team, he still outperforms better than he did the year before he played. Go check the stats.
Yeah. So what the Green Bay Packers needed was they stopped Aaron Jones and they rolled coverage Devontae Adams' way. They needed more what? Can you say it with me?
More weapons, baby.
Yeah, man. You give Aaron Rodgers another tight end or another wide receiver that can alleviate some of the pressure that Devontae Adams had, because Devontae is a really good wide receiver. Come on, man. Let's be real, And of course, and of course, Bakhtiari and all of those boys was hurt and dinged up. The offensive line was just dinged up, and all of this. But if you put that around Green Bay, they probably would have beat the 49ers that year.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. But people don't want to hear.
And they also got to realize that, our defense, we had a lot of people dinged up last year. Trayvon Diggs was dinged up last year. He didn't get to play last year. We was hoping him and Gilly was going to come together with Deron Bland, and that would have made us real nice in the secondary, but we didn't get to see that part.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, Overshown's hurt for the whole year. We had a lot of Terrence Steele was messed up. Tony Pollard was messed up. How many people you need me to say is messed up here?
Yeah.
The offensive line kept trading around and putting different people in different spots. Nobody can get comfortable. Like it's a whole lot of circus going on.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing. Nobody's playing in the same position, for the whole season. It's a bunch of moving parts all the time. Ain't nobody gonna be able to get good at one position if it's always moving parts moving around.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. But here's the thing, and back to Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks that we ever seen in our lifetime. I would say this. The Jets, they got defense. They can stop the run. They for damn sure can stop the run. They can stop the pass.
Right.
The defense, they don't have to worry about. Oh, my goodness. Hey, running game, I hope that the kid can stay upright. They should be able to run the ball, and they got Garrett Wilson on the outside. They should be making a lot of noise. If the quarterback is healthy, I'm quite sure they're going to make a lot of noise in the AFC. I think that Aaron Rodgers, he could see himself in the Super Bowl if he stays healthy. That's my God honest truth, because they can run the ball and they can stop the run.
Right.
And Aaron Rodgers, he got Garrett Wilson, who is nice, and he got somebody else at the tip of my tongue. I forgot the other wide receiver. So there shouldn't be no excuses for them. They should be seeing themselves in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
And guess what, Law? We couldn't do neither one of them last year. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We couldn't do neither one of them last year. I feel like they gave Damone Clark too much responsibility. He only played for one full season last year, and they want to let Damone Clark be the linebacker that's mic'd up. He wasn't ready for that position. I'm glad that we got the other guy we got from the Chargers, so they can let him do that. And now Damone Clark, Damone Clark will probably play a lot better this year because of that reason. He had too much responsibility to only be playing for Dallas for 1 year. Remember the year before that he was hurt and he wasn't even supposed to play, but he wound up coming back to play like 2 or 3 games. He's still young. Give him a chance. But we do need Sam Williams to step it up, though. We definitely need Sam Williams to step it up. He got a high motor, man. I watched that boy at Ole Miss in college. He's real good. I don't know what's going on with him right now, but hopefully that, this is his 3rd year and he can bring us what we're looking for out of him. And we should be pretty good. Don't panic yet, Dallas. You know what I mean? Dallas Nation, we still going to hold this thing down. It's still DC for life, and that's how it is. You already know, Law.
No doubt, man. J Business, man. Y'all follow him, man. He got his name in the chat as J Business as well. Appreciate you, J Business. Thank you for holding it down, bro.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. I never, ever thought to use that as a counter argument until J Business called in, right? What do Aaron Rodgers need in order to win a Super Bowl or to win multiple playoff games? Because he's by far got a great arm. He's a seasonal quarterback. What do he need in order to win a Super Bowl? Because we can't argue and say that he don't need anything, that he don't have to have run game, because it's clearly identifiable that he need those type of things. And ultimately, that is crazy. Somebody, Greg Bear, said he need a Mike McCarthy. True. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's a 2-time MVP winner and 2-time one and done when he was that MVP winner too, when he went to the playoffs. Yeah. So that's the counter argument, man. I got Marcus, man. You're live from the 513.
Hey, what's happening, Law? It's Marcus.
Not much, man. All is well. Can't complain, bro. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man. I've been doing some mock draft simulators lately, and I got a question for you. So I've been getting some trade offers in the simulators, and my question is, if you can get multiple second and or third round picks, would you trade out your first round pick for that?
Multiple second and who round picks?
So if you were to get multiple second and third round picks for your first round pick, would you trade out that?
Here's the reason why they don't do that, because they covet the 5th-year option. They would rather have control of the player for 5 years opposed to paying that high premium for 2 players in the second round, at which you only got them for 4 years. They thinking they're drafting, developing. So they would trade back just a little bit. They would trade back just a little bit to get multiple picks in the second round, but not trade out of the first round. And think about it. The NFL needs money. They need money. The NFL, whoever draft in the first round, whoever the Cowboys draft in the first round will be the most talked about pick out of all of the other 31 teams. But by them moving out, there's no one to talk about. So they're going to – they already got that agreement. Not saying that the NFL is rigged to a degree, but they're going to talk about that first – they're going to talk about their first-round pick. If the Cowboys go day one without talking about nobody and the NFL go day one without talking about nobody, shoot. They don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
They don't want that to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think that would go if they were to draft Sweat with what just happened with Sweat?
They'll beat the Cowboys. They would get a hit with the PR, right? They'll get that big hit about the Cowboys drafting troubled players, but it'll be a beneficial player. I think that they should do their homework, do their due diligence. If he's a guy that can make plays, if he's a guy that can be a guy that can help out the interior, I get it. He have a troubled past, but at the end of the day, this also could be a situation and scenario that he could be, the case could be thrown out. I don't have all of the details there. It's crazy that he's arrested and it's bad smear on his name or what have you, but this very much so can go through his due diligence and he can be pretty much free of all of the charges there. But I'm still looking to draft girth and size because we need that inside far as the Cowboys interior defense.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Is you personally, do you still go with Sweat if he's available like in the second round, say?
I'm looking at the third round at least, but I think that he will fall to the fourth, and we don't have a fourth round draft pick. That's the only problem. We don't have a fourth round draft pick.
Man.
So you're going to have to sacrifice him, get him in the third. So how the Cowboys looking right now on paper for most people, from what the pundits are saying, like for example, or what the analysts are saying, that's a better way to say it, they can by far go with Tyler Guyton. They can go with Tyler Guyton in the first. In the second, they can go with Jonathan Brooks. And then they can go with Sweat in the third. I think that could be a situation.
Tyler Guyton?
Yeah, Tyler Guyton in the first, or Jordan Morgan, depending on how everything looks. And I know there's a lot of boo factors with that, but they draft they draft with upside, and they draft with traits. Think about this. Nobody had Tyler Smith pegged to the first round last time they drafted an offensive lineman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There was a lot of boos. There was a lot of boos with Tyler Smith when he was drafted here.
I mean, for me personally, I trust their offensive lineman drafting, but I would be going with BPA. Like, I'm saying, like, if I got like a Brian Thomas or a Donnie Mitchell right there, I mean, I prefer them over a tackle, honestly. If we can swing out Tyler, have Bass at guard, and have Hoffman, maybe draft like a center/guard in the third or fourth round. We don't have a fourth though, right?
Yeah, we don't have a fourth.
Third?
Right.
Oh man, that's killer. Yeah, that's me personally. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at the tackle one because I completely understand that.
Man, you can pretty much in that first round with the first 100 guys, you can really paint a picture for anyone. You know, Mitchell. I mean, you got you an outside guy, you got you a length, you got you a guy that can run routes, and then that can complement what you got out of CeeDee Lamb. That can also complement for 1 year what you got out of Brandon Cooks. He's not going to be here for a long stay. Even if you go with the mindset of a Brian Thomas, you know, we need that X guy. There's no X receiver that we have here. We got possibilities of hopes that Jalen Tolbert can sit in those shoes and play up to the performance that we think that he should be at. But those are only unknowns. We haven't seen him in a full 17 weeks of playing on the outside. I like CeeDee Lamb playing on the outside, but he get busy with two-way goals down inside. Brandon Cooks the same way. We can talk about Martavis Bryant, but come on, man, there's people that called this show that said they played flag football with Martavis Bryant, and they was dogging him. So there's so many holes with our wide receivers that we just don't know. Jalen Brooks, yes, he's good to a degree, but that's still a reach because you still got the length of a 17-week schedule that we only saw sample sizes with him. So I'm always looking at this team on how we can get better at wide receiver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because, like, I mean, God forbid, man, if CD gets hurt for a game or a couple of games, what are we going to do at wide receiver? Like, that would be, oof.
Ooh,
I don't know.
It'll be trouble. It'll be look, the Cowboys can't sell us. Hey, man. Hey, look at Kevontae Turpin and Brandon Cooks, you know, and who will be your outside guy? Jalen Tolbert, you know, come on, man. It's ways where we got to look into this draft. We ultimately all can say that we need offensive line, and we all can say that we do need interior play. Because right now, our biggest guy inside right now is Carl Davis and Osa. That ain't gonna work.
We definitely need a nose tackle, like big time.
We do. We need, like I say, no Diddy. We need girth and size, and we don't have it right now.
No Diddy though.
No Diddy. Appreciate you for calling in, Marcus. Appreciate you, man.
All right, brother. Take care.
No doubt, man. Good call from my guy Marcus, 513 from Cincinnati. I mean, great thoughts, man. A trade out of that first round. The NFL would dare I say, really be pissed off and angry at the Cowboys for not making a selection in the first, right? They made a storyline out of it the time that we didn't have our first round draft pick, right? And they were saying, hey, this is where the Cowboys should be drafting at right now. And then the next day they went and drafted a Tristan Hill. What year that was? 2019, right? Our first pick was Tristan Hill. And I remember vividly, I was like, Warren Thornhill is there. I was banging on everybody, mama, uncle table, saying, yay, I get it that we got Amari Cooper. But can we go get that DK Metcalf? Oh, my goodness, boy. But think about it. If we drafted if we had DK Metcalf, there probably wouldn't be a CD Lamb here. But still, though, I was saying, get my Mississippi boy. Go get my Mississippi boy DK Metcalf. He's right there. We drafted, Who remember that? Who's old enough to remember that? We picked Tristan Hill over DK Metcalf. It was literally like, here we go. Where my draft button at? Here we go. Button. Here we go. I can't find that button. Here we go. Come on, draft button. Here you go. Where you at? There we go. It was literally. No law. We won CD. CD came the next season. He came the next season. But, it is what it is. 2019 was a year for us, and it ended up, we started off hot and then we finished real cold, 8-8, right? But if we win one more game, we probably still have Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett would still be here probably, because he would have signed a 5 or 6 year contract. And we would have been with Jason Garrett through can you imagine Jason Garrett through the pandemic? Ooh, we probably would have had a top 5 pick then, 206, you in the mix, man. You're live on the Nation.
What up, fam? I'm back.
You back, man. You sound good too, man. You sound good, man. So whatever you did, man, you sound very good, man. Go ahead.
Hey, I agree with the guy. Well, but you know me, I don't make excuses. We still had chances. We had too many chances, y'all. We should have been in at least the NFC Championship game about 3 or 4 times in this time since 2007 to now.
Yeah.
So I don't make excuses. We just got beat. Better coach, they out-coached us.
Yeah, they out-coached us. Yeah, you can say that.
And our player just choked. So I'm making a trip.
Oh, you going back to 07. Yeah.
Yeah. And we had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, the kid that went to Miami, Gallup,
Cedric Wilson. Yeah.
Zeke. And we got beat by the 49ers, y'all. We just got to call it how it was. We just got beat. That was Brandon. Most of the people probably be mad because of that when they mad at. That's why they probably blame Dak. He had a chance, but you can say that for the same thing. I ain't making no excuses for Rodgers. He's supposed to be the best quarterback. He had his weapons, just got his butt beat. San Francisco beat them too. You know, we getting beat, y'all.
Jimmy Garoppolo, boy. Yeah. Head to head, Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah.
We getting all beat by them coaches is out scheming us, and they players just wanted more. Our players get their best record, get the home court, and get beat. Only got to win one game. Look, only have to win one game to get to the NFC Championship.
Okay. Yeah.
And we choke. So it is what it is.
Yeah, coaching matters, man. Yeah, you're right.
Coaching matters, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah.
We get our butt. And McCarthy coached him too. That's about probably what's your boy that don't like McCarthy? Start with a G.
Oh no, Darius don't like Coach
Darius.
Mike. Yeah.
Darius hate Coach because he say he be choking, man. He gonna give us a good record, but he be choking, y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm praying for Dak. I'm praying for McCarthy and Dak to get over that hump. If they can get over the hump with this team and take them guys to the promised land, I think nobody will talk about them no more. You still have somebody be, we should have been there. Well, the excuse would be, we should have been there 7 times. Dak should have took us 7 times. So, but they got to do it this year, man. That's why they probably, I don't know. We might sign them back or we might not. It's up to that Trey Lance to get Dak Prescott out of here. That's what they're waiting for, y'all. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
They wait, like you say.
But here's the thing, though, and I give it what you said. Regardless of whether or not it's not Mike McCarthy, but regardless of whether or not it's Dak or Trey Lance, you got to pay CD. You got to pay Michael Parsons. You can't formulate a way whereas you say that I don't want to bring those two back, right? So what we're saying is collectively is that the Jones family allowed all three of these contracts to come to this point, which is pretty much ownership malpractice. You can't find me another organization that wait this late for all three of their top tier players, because at the end of the day, they are your all three pretty much all pro players, and you waited to the last minute to do anything. So the trade value is kind of to be damned, as well as the contract value is going to be even higher. They should have already know what they got out of CeeDee Lamb last year, right? They should already know what they've seen out of Michael Parsons. It should be up to no debate right now, and Michael Parsons should be your guy. And as far as Dak Prescott, I can semi-agree with them for it being so long of a stay with Dak Prescott and not getting the results I get from what they are saying. But I'm always trying to get something back in return. You know, I'm not trying to get rid of something without getting nothing back in return. And right now, they are heading down the road where they're getting nothing back in return. That's not good business practices, and that's not good business developing, because even the damn Texans got something back in return out of Deshaun Watson, who was doing getting rub downs, right, and requesting for happy endings. They were able to build the team that CJ is walking on due to the fact that they thought of a situation to get something back in return.
Yeah. So, like you say, what they should have did, like I like to keep it real. And this was, I'm going to be honest, and the guy said it, I'm going to blame Dak on this too, y'all. I'm going to blame Dak. You know why I'm going to blame Dak, y'all? As a man, you know you're good, you know. And some people think you ain't good, and 50 think you are. So if Dak Prescott should have went to the Jones and said, if I'm Dak Prescott, this is me, y'all. I'm going up there by myself. I'm going to sit down with Jerry. Jerry, man, let's stop playing around, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, sir. You want me or you don't. If you don't want me, I'm going to take the trade card and you can trade me today. Let's stop playing. No more playing around, bro. I'm tired. You burnt me out. I'm sick of it. Do you want me, sir, or you don't? And there's no hard feelings. It's business is business. So the team I want to get traded to, I want to get it traded to a dome team. I'll go to New Orleans, or I'll go to the Raiders or the Rams.
Yeah.
Trading. Bro, enough is enough. I ain't got time to play with you and your son. Everybody trying to win. Let's just do it. Let's get this stuff over with, and I'll shake your hand and say la vie. Ain't no big thing to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to do. Stop playing around with the fans, bro.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I was watching it. You know, I was sitting at the barbershop there playing this movie, White Boy Rick, right? And he was just telling me, and I didn't get a chance to hear it all, but he was 15, 16 working with the feds, right? At the end of the day, the feds still turned on him. And they was trying to say, hey, man, look, man, at the end of the day, man, he's underage, man. He can't really agree to working for a term or a terminology. So that's what Dak is right now. He's White Boy Rick. You know, the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, we lost to those teams in the playoffs, and that's an ultimate sin when you wearing the silver and blue at the starting side of your helmet, and you already had the agreements to work with the confines of the Jones family on how they handle and operate their contracts, baby. So at the end of the day, dealing with the Joneses, you definitely don't want to go in and try to negotiate with them, because you know how it's going to end up being at the end of the day. You can't negotiate with those boys. You can't.
That's saying, man, let's stop playing around. I'm not going to negotiate. I'm going to have my agent with me. You know, he can have his agent with him. Hey, man, I got my agent here. What we going to do? Let's stop playing around.
Yeah.
CeeDee
But
Lamb is
see,
one of your
well, hold on. His agent is a little dirty too. He's selling guns,
I
on
know
the side.
but
He
I'm
just
just
keeping
saying.
things smooth. See, it's the same storyline. So at the
Yeah,
end of
but
the day,
you
there's
gotta-
no positive outcome unless the Cowboys are able to win multiple playoff games this season with Dak Prescott, plus win the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust, because at the end of the day, let's say, for example, we make wild card, we win the game, right? People are still going to hold Dak to the same degree. He's still going to get charges put upon him because they're going to say, it's good that he won this playoff game, but it was against a wild card team. That doesn't mean that he deserved to get, $250 million? No, we want him to at least get to the NFC Championship and beyond. And depending on how we win or lose in the NFC Championship will also hold weight against Dak Prescott. So, He's in a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Regardless.
But Law, we
Talk to
got to stop playing around with these fans. You got to listen, Law. Y'all not listening. I see what you're saying.
Right.
50% of the fans love Dak. 50% of the fans hate Dak.
Right.
100% of the fans hate the Joneses.
Not 100. Do I keep going?
Now, hey, man, that meter went high. They pissed off at the Jones because of them two. So what you need to do, the fan base, we would rather you in it now. You either going to keep the man or you trade the man. Do that now before this draft.
In closing, though, MJ. In closing, though, I want to bring this point to it. So my guy Gary said, hell yeah, NFC Championship, right? We get to the NFC Championship and don't win it. The argument could be this right here. Hold on. The argument could be this right here. If only they made one or two moves in the free agency before the draft, that could have been a difference maker in the NFC Championship game.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, I know you're tired, bro. But would you get what I'm saying? A difference maker is a difference maker. Wait a minute. Hold on. Was Prime Time a difference maker? Was Charles Haley a difference maker? Come on, baby. Hey, come on. Help me, bro. Help me out.
That's the 90s, though. We got to stop.
Hold on. What was the Honey Badger a difference maker for the Kansas City Chiefs? Yes or no?
He was all right.
Or was he a difference maker for them when they won their first Super Bowl? Was he a difference maker throughout that season? Huh?
What me and you say? Defense win championship. Because you got to remember. The guy had the worst receivers last year, the Kansas City quarterback.
Right.
He didn't even do nothing until the third or fourth quarter. So I keep telling you. Me and you always say that. Well, I say, me and Law, the quarterback for the Cowboys. We throw 4 interceptions. Remember that Buffalo game? When Romo played the Buffalo, it threw like 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
And then the defense kept us in it. And that's what happened to Brady. If Brady stayed close and you give him the ball back with 2 minutes left, just like the Kansas City quarterback, you got to win it.
You talking about a regular season game versus postseason game?
No, that's in the postseason. Brady.
No. I'm talking. You talking about the game shit? You going all the way back to 08, 09. You know what year was that when we played the Bills? That was a long time ago, bro.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's the Cowboys. I'm just giving you an example.
But the difference didn't happen until T-New picked the ball off and brought the ball back to the half, almost to the 50-yard line, and that woke up a little bit. It showed resiliency. Yeah.
But I'm talking about for the Kansas City last year, they would have got blown away. 49ers was running out, but their defense kept stopping the 49ers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he finally got in a rhythm, and it was over. They got beat.
Well, what I'm saying is, if it was a situation whereas the defense didn't keep stopping the 49ers, then it would have been blown away. Yeah. So the defense stood tall. There's a reason why Chris Jones got paid all of that money. There's a reason why. There's a reason why you pay that man that money, and there's a reason why he had him by the short hairs, because everybody was able to identify with the Chiefs opening week when they lost to the Lions, and people were saying, "Hey, man, they need Chris Jones to come on back in," and I think that they did something. Go ahead.
Let me give y'all this on this point. I'm gonna donate $100. I'm gonna say it. Write this down, every Cowboy fan. The Cowboy linebacking core will be one of the best in the NFL this year because of the dude we got from San Diego. Because now 33 don't have to think.
If he can stay healthy.
Sometime
if he can stay healthy. Yeah, if he can stay healthy. Because that same, look, let me say this to you. The same linebacker we praising now will be the same linebacker we'll be hating on in the middle of the season when he don't make a play. Because that same linebacker, Eric Kendricks, the same linebacker with Eric Kendricks, I've seen him. I seen Zeke with my natural eyes in 2021. Ran smack over him, right, and was able to. We was able to beat that game when he was with the Vikings, right. And I seen that same Eric Kendricks when we faced off against the Chargers, wasn't able to get into the right spots, and Dak Prescott picked him apart too. So the same praise, and I'm not beating up Eric Kendricks, right. But what I'm saying is that, hey, he is long in the tooth, and he can be manipulated and used. It's just the fact that he's here. I'm just saying when players get here, we do this number and put them there when absolutely they passed their prime a little bit, and they absolutely is here. They are just better than what we previously had. And that's what I'm saying. He's better than what we previously had.
I'm not saying he's going to be all world. I'm saying you have a linebacker
right
that will put everybody else in the position so they don't have to think no more. Why y'all think everybody mad at 33? What you say, you going to put 33 on the weak side?
He weak side. Yeah, he's better weak side.
There you go.
He
can play to his ability. And then whoever play on the other side, overtone or sometime number 11, when you switch it up, now. And we got one of the best secondary safety. Everybody will be in the position. The key to this defense is going to be the 2 D tackles wherever we put them.
Yeah, we got to go get them. And at the end of the day,
35 is going to be the 35-year-old man.
Who's 35?
Is coming to the Lake Dallas from Minnesota that played for the Buffalo and played for Philly. What's the 35 that played with him?
Amen.
Vickers, whatever his name is.
I don't know, man, but I appreciate you calling in, bro. Appreciate you, MJ.
Good show, man.
Yeah.
How about Law Nation? And I just got to pray we draft the right players. That's the key.
Yeah, that is the key, man. Yeah. You're right. All we need is about 1 or 2 guys to be difference makers out of this particular draft. 1 or 2 guys, I guess 1 on the offense, 1 on the defense that can help us out. But, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody. To answer your question, I think Action Power deciphered what you were saying, my guy. Big John, what would be – I respond quicker, I believe, on Instagram. So check out my Instagram. TikTok, I'm still trying to figure out TikTok myself. But I am on TikTok, and I appreciate all of you guys for getting me over 40,000 on TikTok. And we're growing on IG as well. I think they finna shut down TikTok somewhere in November-ish, December-ish. So, but in the meantime, check out my TikTok, man, for shorter term or short information content. But I appreciate everybody, man, for calling in, man. You guys been phenomenal with me, especially during this off season. I can't wait for the draft time to get here so we can break down those players and get things rocking and moving in the right direction. But before we go, man, if things kind of smell bad on you and if the odor is not there where it's supposed to be at, check out this right quick, because this can help you out and this can secure you for at least up to 72 hours. Check out my sponsors.
Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop Mando and get $5 off of your starter pack back, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW. ShopMando.com. Let's go. And I personally, this is my routine. I use this body wash, odor control. Yes, indeed, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW. ShopMando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
No doubt, baby. So stay in control, ladies and gentlemen, and use promo code LAW. Check out the sponsors information that's in the description box. Speaking of boxes, we can't have no soft boxes this year. We got to have a strong box. And that comes with the mindset of your linebackers, or what my guy MJ is saying. But in order for you to do that, you got to have big bodies down inside. You know, I used to say, pushing big bodies can't stop me. For the 9-8, I got to sell 1 million copies. Come on, we need bigger bodies. And we had it for a quick second, and we got rid of John Ridgway. We got rid of Big Bo Hanna. And all we got now is a Mozzie. So we went reverse effect of building down in the inside. We need girth. We need size, right? We need to tear those walls down, ladies and gentlemen. And no Diddy, by the way. But that's what you need in order for your linebackers to rally, hit, and chase, and make sure that they go to hook to sideline. Regardless of that, we need trench warfare in this draft. So the Cowboys better go out there and figure out a way to stop the run. They do. They really do need big bodies. On top of that, we need it on the offensive side. We do. Tyler Biadasz, he's gone. Brock Hoffman, he didn't play center last season. And yes, he may have positional flex, but will it be tangible enough to help us run through A gap, to help us run through B gap? So the Cowboys got to figure that out. I like what we did on the mock draft yesterday when my guy Cowboys beat. We went with a Zach Frazier in the second. But you had to dance around to get there. And Duke Manyweather, shout out to him, salute to him and Voch Lombardi for doing the film assessment on Zach Frazier, or the thought complex of Zach Frazier. He said that he's by far the better center in this draft. I remember that one year that the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl and they realized that they didn't have a center, and their first pick the following year proceed to Hunter, Creed Humphreys is his name, I believe, yeah. And they had to sacrifice a first-round draft pick or a late or mid-second round draft pick for him. I forgot which round he was drafted, but I think it was early. Here's the thing, here's the truth about offensive line and defensive line. Day 3 and day 4 is going to be slim pickings unless you find that guy that people overlooked. And even with that, it's going to take time to develop. Yeah, Creed Humphreys, appreciate your action. Powwow. Follow his prize picks too and use promo code ACTION, huh? But Cowboy Nation, in departing, R.I.P. to O.J. Simpson, and his condolences to his family and everybody that support the O.J.'s. Shout out to the O.J.'s on a whole nother thing though too. Yeah, the OJs were bad, baby. Boy, some of y'all still listen to the OJs. Tell me not and mourn for numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumber, and things are not what they seem. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not his goal. Dust thou art, to dust return, was not even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and bivouacs of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we, oh yes, we can live our lives sublime. In departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of times of your mind. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, a plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you and you and you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, you will get it. Check out my Law Nation Motivation podcast. It's on the channel Law Nation 2.0. Let's continue to grind and shine. That's been my time. Mama, I love you. I know you're watching from above. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it one more time.
Damn. Damn.
Give me my thing,
Come on. Shout out to you, T-Jack. Shout out to you, David. Appreciate your ass. Motives, action, power. Let me get some fire in the chat. We about one love, baby. Salute.
I've been really in the field.
Lately.
Rush, I love the feel.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal.
Come on.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
What more do you want?
Time to check this out. Lately, I just
Shout out to y'all, man.
Count that too, count it up.
Text Rob, appreciate you.
Lately, I just wanna need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe. Got blues
Shout out to
inside.
all of the support. Patrice,
Greens and pinks, it's
Posey,
all the same. My
Sanjay,
roll my change, take some losses when I play. Charge it
Walker
to the
Wade,
game.
and Sway.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Come on.
Use the size off for the bag, and that's what we me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Hey.
You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it.
Shout out to you, Greg Berry, Lil D, Texas. What's good? Rick A, not Lake, but Scott.
Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on with it, baby.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own a chrome. Too many foes and clothes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Riggs.
I be at home alone.
Shout out to you, Riggs.
Zones alone.
I be on roll alone. CD. With the 24th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Brian Thomas. Ooh, CD. CD, what you gonna do now, CD? Oh, he a dog. You know, it's not what he gonna do. It's what he will do.
Why, this motherfucker don't miss.
Lately, I just wanna
That
run
motherfucker
it up.
don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of
Lately, I
controversy,
just
he don't miss.
See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got.
May God have mercy upon my enemies, because I won't.
I built this me, brick by brick.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not gonna happen. Tell me it's gonna fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
You should be a monster. If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery.
There's no hacks, bro.
It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to habits, habits lead to lifestyle. And that lifestyle is what dictates who you are, brother.
If you want to be great, you want to be the best motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so